Good evening, everyone. It's the activated one, new bright 10, breaking down the number 8 and the symbolism behind it. Now, when you're dealing with the number 8, I see a lot of people representing the number 8, like the number 8 is the number to represent, and it's actually not that number to represent as far as dealing with mental mind power. Now, when you're dealing with mental mind power, you want to be in a circle first because you're born. That's where the Bible says born as a sinner. Because all this is metaphors. Born as a sinner just means when you're born, you're going to be taught stuff by your mother and your father, which 9 times out of 10, they got taught by the beast. So that's what the Bible was portraying when it said born as a sinner. You was actually being born with a circular mind frame, being stuck in that hamster wheel, not being extended, not receiving intel, relying on information, digging into the lie berries. That's where the lies are being buried, in the library. There's some facts in the library. There's some information in the library. There's no intel in the libraries. And this is what separates the elect from the regular people, which we call them regulars. So the number 8 is a symbol number. The number 8 is a symbol number for looping you back in a circle. If you look at my past videos, I'm breaking down how the 8 is looping you back in a circle. Why is it so significant? Because when you're dealing with the number 8 and you're dealing with Google, Siri, Alexa, that's their whole goal. Is the information age. The information age is to loop you back in that circle, to keep you in that hamster wheel. Because when you start looping out the regular circle, because the 8 is nothing but 2 zeros connected. That's what the 8 is 2 zeros connected. Now when you're dealing with 1 0, that is going to be you extending you being in a circle. So like I said, that's what the Bible was saying when it says you're born as a sinner, because you're not in power. So everything that you learn came from mankind or came from one of mankind's slaves. That's what that means. The number 8 just means it's a slave symbol. People are gonna say it's a reincarnation symbol, this and that. But the symbolism of this number is to loop you back in a circle. Now, like I was breaking down the number 1 and the number 1 and the 0. Because when you're in a circle, you're in a circular mind frame. You're on that hamster wheel. And what these servers are doing, they're looping you, they're keeping you in that circle mind frame, because you're always going to be searching for something. But the only thing you need to be searching is for nothing. You need to be a receiver. You need to be receiving intel. The power is in the intel. The power is not in the information. And if anybody wants to argue with me on that, I'm not going to argue with you, because if you're intelligent and you understand information and intel, this will already process into your memory banks and you will be like, oh, this makes sense. That's why mankind is in power right now, because they took the knowledge from the ancestors of the intel, because the ancestors, they were actually in tune with the upper dimensions. They were in tune with the upper dimensions. They were in tune with the ascendants. And I always tell people, you acknowledge the ancestors, but you focus on the ascendants, the ones that are in the future. Allegedly 13 billion years in the future. You're dealing with 13 billion years in the future. If that is the right number, then that means that this planet is about 9 billion years behind in technology. 9 billion years behind in technology. Why is that so significant? Because everything that you see around here, cars, planes, boats. It's 9 billion years old. This stuff is old. 9 billion years old. It's really old when you're dealing with something futuristic. And that's why I say allegedly 13 billion years old, because that's another thing that Google tells you, that the planet is somewhere around, the universe, I'm sorry, the universe is somewhere around 13 billion years old. Now, if that's true, then that means this planet is 9 billion years behind in technology and extending the mind frame. Now, dealing with this number 8, the number 8 is so significant because, in hip hop today, what do they use? To this day, they still use the 808 kick drum. 808 kick drum. The reason why they named it the 808 kick drum, because they were using the sound wave frequency to loop you back in a circle, to keep you thinking about money, keep you thinking about women, men, destroying your communities, to keep you in that loop. And every day you wake up, that's going to be in your submental, the destruction of your own people. The 8, the loop process. That's what the 8 means. Because you could be woke, conscious, doesn't matter. If your children still listen to that hip hop music and listening to, what these teachers is teaching them, then you lost. Doesn't matter if you're conscious or woke. You have to be activated. You have to be mentally ready to separate yourself from the beast in this society mentally, because physically you can't separate yourself from this society. There's no way physically you can separate yourself from this society when you was born here. You can't do it. It's not going to happen. You can't do it physically. Like I was talking to my neighbor the other day. It's a older Caucasian woman, and she's my neighbor. So I talk to her, and I keep it straight on neighbor stuff. That's it. Because I already know, they sub the even mankind is moved. They're starting to move as a serpent. They're starting to move like that. Shake your hand. You see what they did to the Indians, the Olmecs, the Moors. They came in peace. So you always got to remember that in the back of your head. But breaking down this number 8, the number 8 is keeping you looped in a circle. Back to the hip hop. That's why they call it the 808 kick drum, for a reason. That's not random. They have to loop you back in that circle, because once you start breaking out the circle. What is that? It's a 6 or a 9. That's you extending out the circle, going into a 1. Like I know a lot of cats back in the day, they used to be like 1 when they left, when they were leaving. It was like peace. There was like 1. That was for a reason. Because when you're dealing with symbolism, the 808 kick drum is one of the most used kick drums in hip hop today, because it sends out a frequency wave where if you're talking about something, that low submental kick drum can actually have you being manipulated and have you in a spell. You're under hypnosis. You're under a hypnosis spell. You don't even know it. You could be conscious, you could be woke, but you're still under a hypnosis spell. You know why? Because your children, your seeds, they're still listening to that nonsense. A lot of people's going to be mad about this video, but I don't care, because it is the reality of it. you're still going to be listening to that nonsense. So break it down to 8. What's so funny is I see a lot of people thinking that the 8 is an extended number. It's not an extended number. It's a number that's stuck in the loop process. When you spell loop, L00P, you're stuck in a mentally looped process. That's what it is. A mental loop process. So yeah, man, just breaking down to number 8. It's the activated one. This is a real quick video. I do quick videos because when I go on YouTube and social media, people just lag and they drag on. They don't get straight to the point. Straight to the point. You have to get straight to the point in these videos because you see what we living in, the time that we living in. And either you're going to be electrified or not. It's to that point. There's no time to be playing games. You know, there's no time to be playing games no more. Like I said, when you go on these servers, Google, Siri, and Alexa, you're looking for information. You're looking to be informed, and the information is you being informed about something, and the mation is the mutation. You're being informed about being mutated, mutation. And you're not receiving nothing next. You're not receiving no intel, man, that's coming out that sun. That sun shooting out intel every day. You see it's getting cloudy. You can't even see the stars no more. That sun, that corona in the outskirts of the sun's beaming down on this planet on a high, fast level. And ain't nothing that anybody can do about it. That sun's still gonna beam. It's still gonna be shooting that futuristic intel. And only some certain ones are gonna receive that. So you can stay in that loop process if you want to, that's fine. This is for the ones that's gonna be activated. The ones that's gonna raise up out of this. This who this for. Breaking down the number 8, the 2 zeros, the loop process. And I can go into the number 4 because my social security number, even when I was born, my social security number got multiple 4s in it. Multiple 4s because that equals the 4th dimension. Even right when I came on the planet. And I'm going to break the 4 down in another video. But this is the activated one, New Brighton, break it down to 8. Peace.